All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about something that might just flip the script on how you think about your personal struggles, especially when it comes to those spiritual battles.
So let me just start with this question, because it really gets to the core of what we're talking about. What if all the help you've been praying for has actually been disabled, and you didn't even know it was happening?
Sometimes we think the answer is to just fight harder, right? But what if the problem isn't the fight itself? What if it's a completely different kind of problem? What if it's about understanding the system we're supposed to be working with?
Think about it. When things go wrong, where does your mind go? Usually it's one of these, right? We blame the devil. We blame our situation. We think, man, I'm just not praying enough. Or we just beat ourselves up over our own weaknesses. But what if all of those are just the symptoms and not the real disease?
Okay, so here's the big idea. The real issue is that sin, it isn't just about feeling guilty. That's part of it, for sure. But it's also strategic. It's a technical move. It literally flips a switch and shuts down the very heavenly system that's been assigned to protect you.
So if we're talking about a system, well, every system has rules, right? It has an operating manual. Let's dig into what that is, because this heavenly help, it operates on a principle that honestly, a lot of us have missed.
This right here, Psalm 34:7, this is the key. It's this incredible promise of protection. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him. But you got to notice that last part. It's a promise, yeah, but it's a conditional one. It's not for everybody. It's for a very specific group of people.
And this is so important to see. Look at what it doesn't say. It doesn't say the angel encamps around those who cry the loudest, or those who just show up to church, or even those who pray every now and then. No, it says one thing, just one: those who fear him.
So that begs the question, right? What does fear him even mean? And it's not about being terrified. Think of it like this. It's the on switch. It's the operating condition for all that heavenly help. It's an action. It means you obey. You have reverence. And here's the key word for today: you align with God's will. Okay, so that leads us to the big what if. If alignment is the key that turns everything on, what happens when we're out of alignment? What happens when your angels are forced to stand down?
Now, this next part might just change how you see everything. Heavenly help operates based on your alignment, not your need. I'm going to say that again. It's about your alignment, not your need. It doesn't matter how desperate you are or how loud you're crying out. It's your position that activates them.
So when you sin, yeah, you feel guilty. But that's not the whole story. The strategic part is that you literally move yourself out of position. You step outside the authorized zone. You're basically telling your protection detail, hey, stand down, I'm stepping over here for a bit.
Here's a perfect way to think about it. It's just like walking out of Wi-Fi range. You can be sitting there with your phone, getting frustrated, wondering why nothing's downloading, but the Wi-Fi isn't broken. You just walked away from the signal. The help hasn't disappeared, you've just disconnected yourself. And we're not talking about a little bit of help here. The power that gets put on standby, it's massive. Just to give you an idea, remember the story in the Bible where one single angel took out an army of 185,000 soldiers in one night? That's the kind of backup you're disconnecting from.
Once you get this, your whole idea of spiritual warfare just shifts. You start to see what the enemy is really trying to do, and it's way more clever than you might think.
See, the enemy's real goal isn't to fight your angels. Why would he? That's a losing battle. His goal is to trick you into disabling them yourself. It's so much easier to tempt you to step out of alignment because the moment you do, boom, you've just shut down your own protection. You've done his work for him.
So let's make this personal for a second. Are you feeling defeated? Does it feel like your prayers just aren't working? Like your protection is thin? Are you always waiting for a breakthrough that never seems to come? Maybe, just maybe, the problem isn't a lack of power from heaven. Maybe it's a lack of connection from your end.
But here's the really good news. Just like you can walk out of Wi-Fi range, you can always walk back in. If you can get disconnected, you can get reconnected. It's actually pretty simple. So let's talk about how to get back online. The fix is literally just reversing the problem. It's 3 simple steps. First, you have to return to alignment. That means you choose to fear God again. And remember, that's not about being scared, it's about reverence. And how do you show that reverence? Step 3, you just obey again. You make the choice to get back in line with His will. So if there's one thing to walk away with, it's this. Sin is so much more than just a guilty feeling. It has a real technical cost.
It disables the help heaven has already sent your way. So the final question isn't, is God willing to help me? The real question is, am I in position to let him?